Hello Internet, welcome to Let's Make a Game Jolt API. So Game Jolt just recently released, I believe within the last week, their version 1.2 API, which adds a few extra things. Previously you could do like trophies and high scores, but now they're adding additional things, and Cross, who is making it, I think that's how you pronounce his name, he's saying that he's going to be updating it a bit more. So I figure what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break from Unity. Well, this will probably involve a little bit of Unity, but we're going to take a little bit of a break from Unity, and we are going to develop an API in C# that can be used on any .NET project. So we're going to support Unity, we're going to support .NET Core, and we're going to support .NET 4.6, which is the highest version that at least I have on my computer. And so to do that, right now, we just have a portable library that's targeting .NET 4.6. And specifically in this video, what we're going to be working on is we're going to be setting up a CI/CD pipeline for our project on GitHub. So this is the first time I've done this. I didn't even know the name of the tool we were going to use until earlier today. So hopefully it'll be interesting. You can see right now I have a really basic, this is just a brand new C# project. It's a .NET portable library. So it's targeting .NET 4.6 and it's targeting ASP.NET Core, Windows 10, and something else. So you should be able to use it in any of those projects. There's nothing here except just this class file that is empty. And that's fine. We're not going to really be adding anything here. All we want to get done in this video is we want to be able to build our project every time we commit to Git. So we have this thing, it's called AppVeyor. It is free for open source projects. Otherwise, there's a fairly small fee, but if you have an open source project, definitely check it out. Or if you need a CI/CD pipeline that you don't want to host yourself, at least for .NET, this seemed to be the best one I could find. I'm sure there's others, but a lot of the classic ones like Travis and CodeShip and a few others, those don't work with .NET, or at least they haven't in the past. So this is what we're going with. You can see we have broken game. Well, not really game, broken build. It's already, I just quickly set up a build. I did that by projects, new project, and then selected the project from GitHub. Here's the project. There is very little here. This is just the README. I added a, they're called badges. And all this does is hook into the master branch of our AppVeyor build and displays the build status. So if it's building, it'll say like pending. If it's failed like it is now, it'll say failing, and then I don't know what happens if it passes, but I imagine it'll turn green and we'll be all happy and stuff. So that's about that. We've just got our sample project up there. Nothing too crazy, but I think that's about it. So what we need to do is look at this and figure out how the heck we're going to get our project to build. Looks like we need to run .NET Restore to generate a new lock file. So let's figure out how to do that. Can I just start a new build? How does that work? Okay, that's easy enough. So this is just doing a build, same error. I didn't expect it to change, but oops. I didn't really mean to click it in the first place, but I did. We're going to do a clone script, on build success script, on build error script, and on build finish script. And it looks like any of the, so clone, when you build in a CI/CD pipeline, the first thing it's going to do when it sees a new commit is it's going to clone your repository into its local file system. And then it's going to run whatever build commands you have. So I assume this clone script is going to be run almost immediately after we finish that clone. So if we do some quick PowerShell stuff, we can do .NET Restore, I think. I don't think we need anything else there. So it looks like we can do PowerShell and command line. I'm more of a PowerShell person than command line, so we're going to see if that works. I honestly don't know what this is going to do. So why not, right? Oh, I can actually point it at a Visual Studio solution. That's interesting. Oh, and I can also have it like package NuGet projects, which we're going to need. So NuGet is a package manager for .NET. So what that's going to do is it's going to, when your build is complete, it's going to upload the binary out to NuGet, which is just it holds a bunch of repositories. It's sort of like an app store for DLLs and stuff like that. And that way people who want to use this library can just go there and download it automatically into their project, and it will automatically handle downloading that, all the dependencies if we add any of those, and things like that. Looks like we can do a bunch of other stuff like web deployments, which that sounds awesome, and a few other things. And it also looks like we wanted to put that here instead of after the clone. So I'm going to save this and then go back to our general stuff, delete it and turn it off. Then I'm going to save it, and we're going to go back to our latest build and kick off a new one. You'll notice that the build number increases every single time we kick one off. So we've got major, minor, and then I guess build. So that's how this is working. Okay, cool. So it seems to be downloading our packages. That's what .NET Restore appears to do. I didn't know that, but it's downloaded looks like a lot of the .NET Core stuff. And our project built. That's fantastic. So we have a build, and we should see, if I go back here and refresh our GitHub page, we have a passing build. So if I go here, we can see here's the log for the build. That should be public to anybody. And we should also have some artifacts, which I'll probably have to configure. And so an artifact is the generated stuff at the end of it. So an artifact in this case is going to be like a binary file or the source code. Not really the source code, but the binary that we generated from the source. We can also have some tests, which we're probably going to integrate fairly soon. But for now, let's do artifacts. I think that's probably where we want to go. And so all we need to do now, before we're kind of done with this, is we want to grab an artifact. We want to grab, let me just build this quick, build this locally. We want to grab worldofzero.gamejolt.dll. And that is going to be, I don't know how we get that, but we can find it somewhere, artifacts. This is probably a good way to start. Add one. Relative path to file. That's not what we want. We want, so link for Game Jolt is the name of what we're doing. This is going to be a Game Jolt API that's kind of based around link, which is language integrated queries, which I've kind of covered on and off, but it's more of a functional style of programming. Very much, what are they called? Monads? It's very much inspired by monads. Right. I think that'll work if we just give it this path, and we'll call it world of zero gamejolt.dll. Sure. Go away. All right. So we've got that, and now I'm going to wave my finger in the air and point at latest builds. Let's do one more build. Now we have the artifacts configured, so hopefully if it finds it all, we should be lucky, and it should just pull in this artifacts. So it's going to do the restore again, And you'll notice it's actually downloading the same libraries we did last time. And this is because a lot of these build pipelines are containerized, so they're in their own instance, and they'll just build and then they'll wipe themselves out again. And it didn't really work, I think. So it's building with debug, no dependencies. That's interesting. Will be compiled because expected outputs are missing. Oh, we may have some more work to do. Okay. Let's figure out what's going on. Expected outputs are missing. Compiling world 0 Game Jolt. We gave too much in our path, I believe. So I should be able to go here and pull off this first little bit. Like so. We can save it. And let's try that one more time. And always, when you're setting this kind of stuff up, it always takes a little bit of time. I'm not usually that informed on these solutions. I just thought it'd be interesting. But usually this is sort of a set it up and then sort of leave it alone after it's set up kind of thing. There's obviously some modifications that will need to happen, but a lot of the major work of setting up a CI/CD pipeline is going to come from this initial work. No artifacts found. Well, why not? Okay, let's try this the interesting way. Let's go into artifacts. And I believe it said we could use wildcards. So let's just do that. And see what happens. One more. Okay. Let's see if this works. I liked it actually. This is a fairly slick free for open source. It's fairly nice. A lot of these actually are really nice, mostly because they're trying to get you to take your enterprise level stuff here. But for .NET, this seems quite good. No artifacts found. We're gonna just keep screwing this up. Well, we're not going to. I'm going to. Let's see. In here, bin debug world0.gamejolt.dll. All right. Let's go try something else. Kind of guessing in the dark because I did not read any of the documentation on this because it's what I do. I like poking at things. So we've got our build. And that should work. This should print off something. Hopefully from here we can find our project. And then let's kick off a build and see what we get. So I should point out here, since I'm just poking in the dark, this tool is probably way easier to use than I'm making it look. I'm mostly just kind of poking at things and trying to figure out how it works. So if you're going to use it, don't look at like the stuff that I'm screwing up and struggling with as like failures of the tool. It's more just me not knowing what I'm doing and not wanting to go out of my way enough to learn. Found it. So it's under .NET Standard 1.6. Why is it there? That doesn't really make any sense. But it's there, so we can use it. Okay. All right. So now that we have that, we should be able to point here And we can replace everything there, like so. There's our DLL. We can save that. Let's take the latest build and start a new one. And this time we should find our artifacts. And if we do, then we're set. And then all we have to do in the next video is add some tests or add some sort of testing framework. And then once that's done, we'll know not only if we can build our new scripts or our new files, but we'll also run every single test that we write for this every time we do it. And it didn't find them. Oh, dang it. I forgot a W. I am an idiot. Okay. World of Zero, not World of Zero. Can't even spell my own. Whatever. All right. The latest build. Let's do that one more time. It only has taken us 14 builds to figure this out, so all right. Should be going any time now. There we go. Let's see what goes on. This stuff is boring. All right. Success? No. No success. Why not? No artifacts found matching World of Zero, Game Jolt, bin, debug. Don't tell me I need to point it at the source too. Yeah, bro, I need to. Because if you look here, this is going to be our root. It's going to be link for Game Jolt. It's under source. Oh, okay. These are things that I normally would know, but then I get on camera and start recording things, and then I forget everything that I ever knew and ever cared about and loved, and I just screw it all up, and it all goes horribly wrong. That's just what I do, which is hopefully interesting and probably not, but that's okay. We're gonna try another build. This one should actually work. 15 builds now. It's fine. Okay, let's see how this goes. This would make way more sense, because this actually, if I had actually considered what I was doing, if this works, it makes perfect sense. And it did work. And it makes perfect sense because if I go to the root of the project, it's the exact same. It's right here. This is exactly what I was trying to build. And actually, I think this is our .NET Core project. Yep. Okay, that's interesting. I forgot to remove those. So that still exists, so we can build our .NET Core project. So I guess that's good. But the important thing is now we have this artifact here. And so this is something that we can upload onto like NuGet or something. And I think we can have that configured to automatically be thrown there. But this way, we have this result from our build. And after we get our tests, we'll know if this is good or not. And even better, anybody that comes here should be able to click this and go to artifacts, and they can get this DLL instantly. So directly from GitHub, it's 2 clicks and you get the latest build. So I think that's pretty cool. Next time we're going to be adding tests. We're going to be probably using XUnit unless I change my mind between now and like soon. So we'll see where that goes, but that's the plan, is to add some just a quick unit testing framework. We're going to write like a really simple unit test and then just get that integrated. And that way we'll kind of have our infrastructure down, and then we can actually start building out the API. And I still need to kind of work through how that's going to work. There's a bunch of new fun features. So we'll see where that goes. But until next time, well, what was I going to say? Until then, be nice if you guys would comment, like, subscribe, whatever. I try to read your comments, so if you have some feedback, or you want to just call me a fool for missing all of those things, then go for it. I try to read them all and hopefully respond. So if you guys enjoyed it, let me know. And until next time, see you, Internet.